Most women over 60 are never told this truth. The way you practice intimate self-care can either protect your body or quietly harm it. Done right, it supports circulation, helps prevent painful dryness, strengthens your bladder, and even improves sleep. Done wrong, it accelerates aging in your most sensitive tissues. I'm Dr. Lisa Perriera, a gynecologist with over 30 years of experience guiding women through every stage of life. And today, I want to have one of the most honest, yet most necessary conversations we can share together: how intimate self-care after 60 can become a powerful form of medicine, or if ignored or approached the wrong way, a source of discomfort and decline. I know this topic may feel uncomfortable. Many of you grew up in a time when women were told to stay silent about pleasure, to hide their needs, and to believe intimacy with yourself was shameful. Once menopause arrives, society whispers that your body no longer matters, that intimacy should fade into the background. But here's the truth. At this stage of life, self-care is not indulgence, it is survival. It affects your circulation, your pelvic floor, your mood, and even your independence. Let me share a quick story. A 72-year-old patient of mine, Eleanor, once leaned forward during an appointment and asked softly, "Dr. Lisa, is it still safe for me to care for myself in that private way, or could I be harming my body without realizing it?" Her question carried both fear and hope, and she's not alone. Women in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s often come to me with the same doubts. Is it healthy? Is it risky? Or should they simply give it up? The truth is this: your body after menopause does not stop needing attention. In fact, it needs care more than ever. Estrogen levels fall, tissues thin, natural lubrication decreases, and circulation slows. Left unsupported, many women experience dryness, irritation, or urinary problems that quietly chip away at their quality of life. But when approached with the right mindset, intimate self-care does the opposite. It brings relief, confidence, and joy. Think of it like exercise. If you stop moving, your muscles weaken and your joints stiffen. But if you move gently with intention, your body stays flexible and alive. Self-care works the same way. Done properly, it nourishes tissues with oxygen, strengthens the pelvic floor, and helps preserve elasticity. That is why this conversation matters. It is about your comfort, your dignity, and your daily energy. And here's my promise. Before we finish this video, I will reveal the single most common mistake women over 60 make in self-care: skipping lubrication. It silently accelerates dryness, irritation, and aging. Knowing this one insight could change the way you care for your body forever. But before we continue, I want to hear from you. If you'd like me to share the safe techniques, first type 1 in the comments. If you'd rather I go straight to exposing the biggest mistake, type 0. Your response not only guides me, it helps other women know they are not alone in these questions. So now that you know, self-care after menopause is not indulgence but true medicine, let's go deeper. Why is this practice so essential for women over 60, and what exactly happens to your body when you ignore it or embrace it? The answers may surprise you, and they may explain struggles you once thought were just normal aging. Now that we've opened this conversation, let's look at the mistakes I see most often in my clinic, mistakes that can quietly turn something meant to heal your body into something that creates harm. The first and most common mistake is skipping lubrication. Many women tell me, "Dr. Lisa, I just thought I should be able to do this naturally the way I did in my 30s. But after menopause, your body produces far less natural moisture. Without support, friction can create tiny tears and irritation. Over time, this may even increase the risk of ongoing discomfort. The simple solution is to use lubrication as an act of self-respect. Water-based or silicone-based products designed for sensitive tissue can make self-care safe and comfortable. Think of it like moisturizing your skin. Your intimate tissues deserve the same protection. The second mistake is using harsh products. Some women reach for scented soaps, body lotions, or even oils from the kitchen. These may seem harmless, but they strip away your body's natural protective barrier. The result is dryness, burning, or imbalance. A healthier choice is to keep it simple with fragrance-free, pH-balanced products designed for intimate areas. The third mistake is relying only on high-intensity devices. While devices can be helpful, using only strong settings over time can make natural sensitivity feel muted. It is like listening to music at full volume every day. You stop noticing the softer notes. Balance is the key. Mix gentler touch with different rhythms so your nerves remain responsive. The fourth mistake is rushing through the process. Many women treat self-care like a chore, but your body at 60 does not respond the way it did at 30. Blood flow takes longer, and tissues need gentle warming. Skipping this step means missing the circulation benefits and sometimes ending up sore instead of nourished. Taking just a few more minutes makes a lasting difference. The final mistake is ignoring pain or staying silent. Too often, women brush off discomfort, telling themselves, "This is just part of getting older." But pain is never normal. It is your body's way of asking for attention. If something feels wrong, pause, adjust, and if the discomfort continues, speak with your doctor. You deserve solutions, not silence. Let me share a quick story. Margaret, age 68, told me she had stopped caring for herself because every time she tried, it felt like sandpaper. When we reviewed her routine, I learned she was using perfumed lotion and no lubrication at all. We made simple changes, a gentle pH-balanced product, and slowing everything down. Within weeks, her experience changed. She came back smiling, saying, "Dr. Lisa, I feel like my body is mine again." That transformation did not come from medicine. It came from removing small mistakes. So now you know the 5 most common errors: skipping lubrication, using harsh products, relying only on high-intensity devices, rushing and ignoring pain. Each one chips away at your comfort and your confidence. The good news is that once you recognize them, you can avoid them. In the next part, I will show you how to replace these mistakes with practical solutions. You can start tonight, solutions that not only protect your tissues, but also help you sleep better, ease your bladder, and bring back energy you thought was gone. Before we continue, I want to know which of these mistakes surprised you the most. Write it in the comments. Your answer may be the one that helps another woman realize she is not alone. Now that we've seen the mistakes, let's focus on how to care for your body in a way that feels safe, healing, and joyful. These solutions are simple, but when done with consistency, they can transform your daily comfort and confidence. The first step is comfort. Using lubrication is not weakness, it is self-respect. Just as you moisturize your hands when they become dry, or wear glasses when your eyes need support, your intimate tissues also deserve help. A gentle water-based or silicone-based product designed for sensitive skin reduces friction and allows your body to receive touch as nourishment, not stress. The next step is slowing down. Many women rush as if self-care is something to hide or finish quickly, but your body after 60 responds differently. Blood flow and sensitivity take more time to build. Giving yourself those extra minutes is essential. Think of it as warming up before exercise. The gradual build-up allows your tissues to open, increases circulation, and makes the comfort last long after you finish. Curiosity is another powerful tool. Sensitivity shifts with age. What once felt central may no longer be the only area that brings comfort. Some women discover new sensations in the inner thighs, the lower belly, or simply resting a warm hand on the body to relax. When you explore with curiosity, you keep the experience fresh and your body responsive. Aftercare matters too. Once you are finished, rinse gently with warm water and avoid soaps or perfumes that strip away natural protection. Think of it like skincare for your most delicate area. This small step supports balance, prevents irritation, and helps you feel refreshed. Let me give you another example. A patient named Helen, in her early 70s, told me she had started to view self-care as a small ritual rather than a secret chore. She kept a soft blanket nearby, used a few drops of lubrication, and took slow breaths before beginning. Within weeks, she noticed she was sleeping more peacefully and waking up with more energy. What changed was not her age, it was her approach. There are also quick wins you can try tonight. Create a calm environment with soft light or quiet music. Practice 3 minutes of deep belly breathing before you begin. Warm your hands with a towel for a minute to improve circulation in the lower abdomen. These little steps help your body relax, increase blood flow, and make the entire experience more soothing. Finally, remember that self-care is not just about the physical act. It is also about mindset. If you approach your body with judgment or guilt, your muscles remain tense and your mind cannot relax. But when you approach yourself with kindness and patience, your body responds with comfort and sometimes even with joy. These solutions may sound simple, but together they create a strong foundation for healing. They restore circulation, preserve elasticity, strengthen the pelvic floor, and remind you that your body is still worthy of attention and care. In the next part, we will look deeper at the emotional side, the shame and guilt many women have carried for decades, and how letting go of those feelings can unlock a new sense of freedom. Because even with the right techniques, if your heart carries silence or shame, your body cannot fully heal. Before we continue, I would love to know which of these solutions feels easiest for you to try first. Share it in the comments because your answer might inspire another woman to take her first step tonight. Even with the best techniques and the right products, many women still face a hidden barrier. It is not in the body, it is in the emotions they carry. Decades of silence, shame, or guilt can make it difficult to truly embrace self-care. I have met women in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who lower their voices to ask me questions as if they were confessing a secret. Some have never once looked at their own body in a mirror. Others admit that even after decades of marriage, they still feel guilty about caring for themselves. These feelings are not proof that you have done something wrong. They are echoes of a culture that told women their comfort was unimportant or even shameful. I remember a woman named Barbara. She was 70 when she came to my office with tears in her eyes. She told me she had avoided any form of self-care her entire life because she thought it was sinful. But now she was struggling with constant dryness pain and recurrent infections. For the first time, she asked me, "Is it too late for me to change?" My answer was simple. It is never too late. With gentle support and a shift in perspective, Barbara began to explore her body not with guilt, but with compassion. She started small, with a few minutes of slow breathing, a touch of lubrication, and the belief that this was care, not indulgence. Months later, she returned, smiling. She said, "I feel like a part of me has come back to life." That moment reminded me that healing begins not with biology, but with permission. When you give yourself permission to care for your body, shame loses its grip. Self-care becomes less about performance and more about self-respect. And the changes are visible. Women who once hunched their shoulders in embarrassment begin to stand taller. Their voices grow steadier. Their eyes brighten. Think of it like a garden that has been neglected for years. The soil is dry, the plants are withering, and the beauty is hidden. The moment you begin to water, to nurture, and to remove the weeds, life slowly returns. Your body is the same. It has not lost its capacity for comfort or joy. It has simply been waiting for your attention and kindness. I have also seen how this shift changes relationships. Women who once felt distant from their partners start to communicate more openly. Even women who live alone tell me that self-care helps them feel grounded, less isolated, and more alive. In that sense, pleasure becomes more than physical relief. It becomes medicine for the soul. And here is the most beautiful truth. Age does not erase your capacity for connection. It only invites you to approach it differently with patience, gentleness, and curiosity. So if you have carried shame for years, hear this clearly: your body has not abandoned you. It has been waiting for your permission. When you release guilt and approach yourself with compassion, you open the door not only to physical comfort, but also to emotional freedom. In our final part, we will bring everything together: the science, the mistakes, the solutions, and the healing, and show how it all leads to a single empowering truth about your health and your future. Before we move on, I invite you to share. Have you ever carried silence or shame around this part of your life? If yes, type yes in the comments. If not, type no. Your answer may remind another woman that she is not alone. As we close this conversation, let's take a moment to reflect on what we have shared. We began by breaking the silence and admitting that intimate self-care after menopause is rarely spoken about, even though it touches the heart of your health and confidence. We explored the science, how gentle touch restores circulation, strengthens tissues, and supports the muscles that protect your bladder. We uncovered the mistakes women often make, skipping lubrication, using harsh products, relying only on high-intensity devices, rushing and ignoring pain. We then looked at practical solutions: slowing down, using gentle products, treating aftercare as essential, and exploring with curiosity. And we opened the door to emotional healing, learning that shame and guilt are burdens we do not have to carry. What I want you to remember most is this: you are not too old, you are not broken, and you are not finished. Your body is still capable of comfort, warmth, and joy. Every time you give yourself permission to care for it, you send a powerful message: my health matters, my comfort matters, my well-being matters. That message is not selfish, it is strength. I have seen women in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s reclaim a spark they thought had disappeared forever. The difference was not in their age. It was in the way they chose to treat themselves with patience, kindness, and curiosity. That confidence shows in the way they smile, the way they walk, and the way they carry themselves through the world. So let me leave you with this truth: your body has not abandoned you. It has been waiting for your attention, your care, and your willingness to listen. Intimate self-care is not a secret to hide. It is a practice of renewal, a reminder that you are still whole, still vibrant, and still worthy. Now, I would love to hear from you. Did this conversation speak to your heart? Type yes in the comments if you feel encouraged to embrace this knowledge, or type no if you would like me to focus on other areas of women's health. Your voice helps guide me and reminds other women they are not alone. And if you found value in today's discussion, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another honest, compassionate video about women's health after 60. Together, we are building a community where silence is replaced with knowledge and shame is replaced with strength. And before we close, let me remind you, this video is for educational purposes only. It does not replace medical advice. Every woman's body is unique. If you are experiencing pain, significant changes, or have personal concerns, please consult with your healthcare provider. Your well-being deserves personalized care.